This is what politicians get wrong. They think this is the age of politics. No, it's not. Politics is not politicking anymore. The Gen Z, they want to see change. They want to see things being done, things being innovated. That's what they want to see. That's what they are interested on, and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a politician, if you're a leader in Africa, you know this. The only thing that will stop Gen Z from doing what they're doing in the countries across the continent of Africa is by bringing about development. They have to see it. They don't have to hear it. No, they have to see it. If you do things, whatever that you do can actually speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to talk about them. You don't need to talk about them. People, they see what is happening. They know. But if you don't do, you talk a lot about the plans, you talk a lot about what you've done, but people, they don't see it. So if they don't see it, it's not their problem. You just need to keep on doing it until they see it. That's what you got to do, right? So the issue of Gen Z is, I actually don't see it as a problem, to be honest. I don't see it as a problem. Because they're not rising up out of nothing. They're not saying that give us job because they don't have, because jobs are there, and they just say no. They say it because it's really there, and they see how it's affecting them. They see what kind of environment they grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see it. You can look at their families, how they grew up. They're looking at their parents, kind of environment they're living in, and they're like, no, heck no, we don't want to see this. We are living in a world that is so much exposed. From Millennium, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, all of these guys, they came during the time of digital. Our generation came through the time of analog. These are two different generations, two different ways of doing things. We cannot continue to do politics the same way we used to do. We cannot keep intimidating, younger people. They're not afraid of nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that they don't get. They're not afraid because they have nothing to lose. They know if you cannot fight for what is right, then we lose everything, right? So this is just a suggestion to most of African countries, because I'm really passionate about the unity of the continent, and I think we can do it better by, actually doing things and not limiting them. Because you cannot stop Gen Z. I'll tell you the truth. You cannot stop Gen Z. It is impossible to stop Gen Z. There are many more than you. You know what I'm saying? Today, the younger generation in the continent is over 70% than the older generation. How are you going to stop that population? You ain't going to be able to stop that. And that is the fact. So you have to come to our senses, understanding that, and actually providing more opportunities to Gen Z. That's the only thing that is going to stop Gen Z from riotings and